Welcome back, guys. So today I want to do a quick video on an awesome custom multi-cart for the Super Nintendo that I just received from retrocircuits.com. This bad boy right here. We're going to take a real quick look at this in a moment and talk about it. But I've gotten quite a few, multi-carts, homebrews and whatnot from them. And this is only the second time I've asked for a custom setup. And that's a big thing they do, which is pretty sweet. The last one and the only other one besides this that I asked for that was a custom build that, was something I wanted that they did not have listed was the Sim Collection cart. I showcased this a while ago, but, at that time I hit them up. Hey, could you do a multi-cart with Sim City, Sim Earth, and Populous? A bunch of my favorite games from way back on the Super Nintendo. And they were like, hells yes, we can do that, but we can go a step further. We can put SimAnt, SimCity 2000. We got you, dude. So this is the only other one that I got besides this one. That's a custom build, but this one is even more special. They actually surprised me this time. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm going to show that in a moment. But it's pretty cool. If you get a multi-cart from them or a custom build, a big part of their business is, doing custom orders. They have a ton of stuff listed on their website. You can peep it out and go through and pick stuff. That's what I've mostly done. It's only been, like I said, these couple times that I, wanted something that wasn't listed. So it was like, hey, can you make it for me? But the cool thing is they can personalize your setup. And I think that is pretty neat, especially if you know people or you have friends, family, whatever, who are into, like Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. They do carts for all those Super Nintendo, Genesis, Nintendo 64. If you have somebody who's into repros or homebrews and stuff like that, who has no issue with those things, it's pretty cool that you can hit them up and say, hey, can I get a custom build multi-cart or cartridge and get it personalized? So that's what I want to show. I had no idea they were going to personalize this cart for me. And you could be like, what are you talking about personalized? It's, this multi-cart right here is, it has Hagane, Demon's Crest, and Super Metroid. And, obviously there's nothing else on here. It just lists the games, has the cover art, looks pretty sweet. You could see that, that board in there looking awesome. Always high quality from these guys, always high quality. I really dig them, can't speak highly enough of them. But what it is with their multi-carts, usually there'll be a splash screen or almost like a boot screen, just like a little screen, and then you go left or right and you could select your game if you're getting if it's on a multi-cart anyway. Well, they threw something that was pretty neat and kind of awesome onto this cart for me. That it means something to me. It's pretty cool, and I wanted to show that to you guys today. So we're gonna pop that in, show you what I'm talking about, talk about it a little more, and peep out the games. Pretty sweet stuff. Does have battery and whatnot. Games that save, these cartridges always work fine. They test them before they ship them to you. The other game that I received, and I know I briefly spoke on it, was Far East of Eden Tengai Makyu Zero. Not sure if I'm saying that name right, but oh my god, we are still working on a video for this particular cart from them. And all I gotta say is, this game right here, before we jump into that, is flipping amazing. I'm recording footage little by little, and it's just getting, it's a role-playing game, and it's one that I really wish would have been released on the Super Nintendo back, in the US way back in the day. So this is an English translated reproduction of it, and from what I understand, even trying to look it up, I don't find anybody who makes repros of this game, so it's pretty unique. And from what I understand, even looking at it, and we'll take a closer look at this in a separate video, that it's a very complicated cart to do the English translated version. But all I gotta say is peep this game out. Far East of Eden, the English translated version. They have it on their website. I'm not sure if it's still available. When I got mine, I think they might have had a couple left. It is a pricey cart, don't get me wrong. It's special chip that like no other game used. You can't play it on an SD2 SNES. You can't play it on an EverDrive. It's one of those games, you know what I mean? So it's a very unique thing, and I just wanted to bring that up. Peep it out, look at videos and whatnot. I'm gonna showcase this though, because I'm really digging this game. If this would have came out back when I originally got my Super Nintendo, or during the Super Nintendo's lifetime. That might have been one of my favorite games. This thing is flipping amazing. But back to this bad boy. Let's go ahead and pop her in, peep her out. Let me show you the little personalized customization we got going on and see what to do. So let's do it, guys. Okay, guys, so here we go. We've got the custom sweet personalized multi-cart popped into my analog Super NT. These cartridges work on any clone hardware or original Super Nintendo hardware, but for my purposes, I love the Super NT, and that's what we're playing it on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit run cartridge so you can see what I'm talking about as far as the personalized splash screen. So let's do it! And boom, here we go. A nice little photo, a Super Nintendo digitized photo of myself, my youngest son, and my daughter. This is pulled from a video that nobody watched, but it's still pretty cool. And when I first saw this, it was a very cool thing to see, and my kids enjoyed it. They thought it was awesome. It's definitely a cartridge that is going to stay in my possession. It is a nice little treasure, a nice little keepsake here. And I know I said it earlier in the video, but this is something I think is cool that, if you wanted to do something, maybe put a personalized message or a Super Nintendo-ified digitized photo, for a gift or for yourself or some kind of a special occasion, you have that option. You can hit them up on, a special custom request, and pretty cool stuff. So once you're in the splash screen or the system or the game select anyway, like I said, you don't have to do anything like this, but it is an option. You can ask them to do it. Otherwise, you would just, bam, you got your games, and you can scroll left and right and pick the game you want. And I do prefer the way this is set up, where you're getting the title screen or, a nice logo from the game to signify which game you're selecting. I like that. I prefer that over, just a simple list on a background, especially something like this. Only a handful of games, but depending upon what you're looking for, chip compatibility as far as being able to put everything on one cart, you could have, a handful of games or just a couple games. And I think with this nice little sliding motion of the title screens makes it really neat and, quality looking to me anyway. So the 3 games I got on this one, Super Metroid, pretty sweet game, not a very high-priced game. It's getting up there a little bit, maybe a little higher than some people would be willing to pay. Demon's Crest is getting up there. Last I looked, and was probably well over a month ago, I think I found like a ripped-up, labeled, dirty, beat-up cartridge for like $90. And I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Not for Demon's Crest. It's a game that I never really played, but I was always interested in, and so now I'm going to play it on this. Hagane, though. Hagane. Oh, man, this is an awesome game. Demon's Crest is, all 3 of these games are awesome, obviously. At least to me they are. That's why I wanted a multi-cart with them on it. But Hagane is a very, very, sought-after game. It's a very expensive game as far as the U.S. release, and I think that was due to it being like a Blockbuster exclusive or something along those lines. I'd have to double check on that, but it does fetch a very hefty price, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for the game, and I love it. I've played the crap out of this game. I've beaten it multiple times, and it's one that I really do enjoy, and thought it would be pretty sweet to have it on here. So I know I've shown Hagane several times on this channel, but let's go ahead and start up Demon's Crest. So you just hit start, and the game would boot up like normal. If the game has saves, everything is set up to where each game would save individually. On this, the only game that saves is Super Metroid, so that game's been tested and works fine, but I just figured I'll showcase a little bit of Demon's Crest here because I find this game interesting. A while back, I was like, you know what, let me try to make a repro of Demon's Crest, and it's a weird game in that it had some kind of protection on it originally. I know that's been circumvented as far as emulation goes, but as far as repro carts go, it's something that has to be done properly. I tried making a repro of this game a long while ago, and it didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I'm not a repro making expert, so didn't know what to do exactly. But what happens with this game is if it's the protection's not been bypassed, and however which way you go about it, it'll glitch out in numerous ways. It'll be different almost every time you play, but the most obvious one is this first little encounter you cannot kill this dragon, or you cannot progress past him. You just keep hitting him and nothing happens. Like, he just won't fall over. Dang it, I screwed up. Usually I just wait for him to look down and hit him. But you'd get to, you know, that would never happen. He would never, you know, fall over. And you would just sit there for like an hour, popping him in the head, and you're like, what the heck's going on? It just, you couldn't progress. Now, sometimes it would allow you to progress to this point. Even here, you could, because his head pops back out and he's trying to get you, you could kill him again right here, or destroy him, whatever you want to say. He already looks like he's dead, but if you could kill him here to progress to the actual level, but then what would happen is you could not deal damage to any of the creatures, and that was all done on purpose, just so you could not, you know, have a repro of the game or emulate the game. So here, it just, there's no issue. This is done properly. Like I said, emulation-wise, that's been circumvented, you know, and there's no issue with that. But as far as carts go, it's got to be done properly. You got to have the correct ROM and all that kind of stuff. Everything's set up properly in order for it to work. So this here works no problem, no issue. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Usually you don't worry about those things, and I wasn't worried about that with this. I just know I couldn't make a repro of it. And there was a couple people I asked about it, and nobody could really give me an answer. So it was like, I'll go to Retro Circuits. I'll know they'll be able to take care of this for me. And that's where we're at now. So definitely just wanted to share this with you guys real quick, give you a heads up. I don't make any money from promoting anything these guys do. I'm not paid or you know, anything like that. I don't have any kind of affiliate links with these guys. It's just, I've bought so many carts from them in the past, and I love the quality of what I'm getting, how everything's made and put together. You know, a lot of people are into repros, a lot of people are not. So, you know, definitely if you're interested in repros, these are the guys to go to in the US. You know, they're located in the US. Everything's put together here, taken care of, QC, tested, all that stuff. The labels, everything's made here, so pretty cool. I have a bunch of carts from them, never had an issue, but I do feel nice, you know, a little nicer about if I did have an issue. The customer service with them is excellent, and you know, I don't have any worry that they would never take care of something if it came up. But like I said, I have a bunch of carts, never had an issue with them, and they really do like taking care of the customers, so I'm not really worried about any of that. But definitely, if you're into the home brews, the English translations, the retranslations, peep their website out. They've got a ton of stuff listed. If you're looking for something custom or unique, you know, a little custom order, you can hit them up. With that said, guys, I do appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. It means the world to me. You know it. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Boom.